for our second annual Farmer City Dinner. It's amazing to me to think that a year ago we had our first dinner, an idea that I sort of had, and the board said, hey, it sounds like a great idea, run with it. And I believe last year, it's a vague memory, but I think last year it was sort of a, rah, rah, let's go get them, Tigers, sort of thing. Because I really didn't know what else to do. But it's been a year now, and I have a year under the belt, and I thought this year probably what would be a good idea to discuss is, I'm sure many of you think, when I hand that check over, just what exactly is happening with my membership? How does it work? What is it doing for the betterment of the community or me, directly, indirectly? And so that's pretty much what I'm going to be covering tonight. I'm sort of going to go through what the Chamber has accomplished. I think we're definitely gaining momentum, which is a good thing. All things take time. Do we have far greater heights that we can reach? Absolutely. Can we move that mountain? Absolutely. But it takes more than 4 or 5 people. And so involvement and commitment are going to become more and more of an issue if we're going to reach higher and higher heights. And we can do it. It's not that we can't. We can do it. We're off to a great start after the lull of where the Chamber has been. I think in this last year, we've accomplished a lot. So let's start with last year, 2012. January, we had our first Chamber dinner. From that dinner and the pep talk, we went into getting the community guide ready. Now, maybe some of you, all of you should be aware of this, but if some aren't, then this was a community guide that the Chamber had done for 2011 and thought would be a good idea for 2012. The premise behind the guide was to have something tangible, specifically for the transients that were coming through our town. Mainly the people, the RVers who were staying at Clinton Lake, but also for the people of our community. We wanted to put together a wonderful reference guide so that whatever the needs or services were as you were visiting and staying out in Clinton, whether it be, we got too crazy on the water all weekend and we need to get adjusted. Hey, do we have a chiropractic office? Yes, we do. The family has developed an unusual rash. Do we have a doctor in Farmer City? Yes, we do. Maybe it's just an overcast day, or they've spent too much time in the sun. They want to do something different, get away from the lake experience. What is there to do? There's a spa, there's Fitness First, there's a golf course. Things to do to draw people into our community. Let's not, as business people, it's all about dollars and cents. They're halfway between Clinton and Farmer City. And we're trying to do everything, no offense, to get them to come and spend their money in Farmer City. So was this a tool, directly or indirectly, for the businesses of Farmer City? Absolutely. And of course, there are some businesses that are just, it's so much easier to get more traffic than others. But, strange things happen. And you never know. That person that's killing time on Main Street, who's getting ready to buy a new RV or a boat, and happens to notice that Kurt's in and his doors are open, and sits down and starts talking dollars, price, whatever, walks out and says, I really like that guy. you know, and you know, your insurance agent doesn't have to be right in your backyard. He can be anywhere as long as he's accessible. I'm going to give my business to him. You never know. You never know what the services needs are and what is going to cause a person to stray this way or that. What's important is that we have something that people coming through or permanent residency who live in town can refer to something to see if they have a need, can we meet it? That's what this guide was all about. And it was a great idea. Lynn did a fantastic job with the layout. I went after the ads and the money, and Cindy was a huge, huge help as far as starting from front cover to back from last year's and calling everybody to make sure the information was correct and up to date, and if there's any changes, what are they? So a lot of work goes into this. But as a small community, you have to constantly ask yourself, does the means justify the end? Because if it doesn't, you know, you have to look at that puppy in the face and, despite the big brown eyes, say, this isn't happening. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, our society is becoming more and more, they want their information, and they're getting their information via internet. And nobody cares about this tangible. Not enough. There is a small percentage that likes to have these, but not enough to merit. And so the board got together and decided that we are not going to go forward with the community guide this year as we've done the past 2 years. Now, there still will be one. I believe the Community Outreach Center is going to be picking up where we left off and running with this for this coming year. So for those that are heartbroken that we may not have another year of this, we will. But the chamber will not be involved. Not this coming year. But that was a big thing last year that took a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of money. That was February, March, and as we got into April, it was ready for print. So that it would be ready, and the boxes would arrive for May. Prelude to summer, the beginning of it all. May was pretty busy. One of the things we had was the Farmer City citywide garage sale, which is something we've been doing for quite a few years. Mary, I know you're involved with that. I believe you're in charge of making sure that the ads get out into the pantograph so that people know. I'm under the impression it gets very good traffic. This is something that's been very successful as far as getting people into Farmer City, right? Okay. So I know, again, Lynn has a big what to do as far as maps, which are always changing because whoever wants to be involved is constantly changing. From the May to October, back to the following May, October. So there's a lot of work in this. Now, how does this directly affect the chamber? Well, it doesn't directly affect the businesses of the community, but what this is doing indirectly is getting people into our town. Because if we can get people into our town for this, maybe they need to gas up, they'll gas up here. Maybe they need to pick up a few things, whatever they need to pick up, they'll pick up here. Maybe they want to run into the market, you know, we've been out all day, I don't want to cook tonight, let's go to the Farmer City Market, let's get a chicken, let's get it here. So, directly, indirectly, these things are to help promote the businesses of Farmer City. And again, some are more obvious, they're going to pick up with the traffic than other businesses, but nonetheless, our target, our focus is always how we can do things that will bring people and traffic into Farmer City. So we have in May, the Farmer City-wide garage sales. Last summer, we had the big 175th birthday. So when the sales rep from the Leroy Farmer City Press approached me, she said, and I think I have one here, she said, look, we're doing a spread, a paper like so, and everyone who's indigenous to Farmer City by 50 miles in every direction, if they're having a festival, if they're having anything, they're in the sky. And I thought, well, we're going to bring it to the table and we'll discuss it. But I think this would be a good idea. And so we went forward. There are some on the other table. I have one here. I don't know who got one, if you remember it, if you've never seen it, but we did a half-page spread totally highlighting and focusing on the 175th. And so that brings something else to my attention that I want to share. This evening, it's wonderful to see you all. A year ago, we had our first dinner, and there are so many unfamiliar faces, and tonight, really, every face is a familiar face. So that's such a wonderful, warm feeling. We're going to do things a little differently this year. Last year, before, I think after, I don't even remember really when Mayor Jenkins talked, but he was the first speaker. And I think this evening, before we go and eat, I'm going to have some words of encouragement from our mayor of Farmer City. Mike will speak, and afterwards, we'll all get in line and enjoy our dinner. Okay? So, Mayor Jenkins.
Normally, when I speak before people eat, everybody's closing their eyes. So I'm nervous. In fact, everywhere I go, generally, it's, would you please say the blessing? So I refuse to do so tonight. So
okay.
You do your own blessing right there. Wow, it is a different venue here. I'm looking forward to it. There you go. He just got a picture of me in a bar holding up my red cup. Where's the paper? Hey,
we will be reading about it tomorrow.
And you only gave, so she said there's no time limit. Josh said 5 minutes.
I work with you.
Here, I got to eat.
Better.
All right. You know what? The only thing that I'm really going to do tonight, and it'll take me at least 5 minutes, is say thank you all for all that you do in this community. First off, thank the Chamber. Last year's 5K was awesome. I'm just going to put this out there in my age group first, just saying. All right. So I beat a bunch of you out there, even though you were younger than me, so I look forward to that. Did you beat me? Yeah. Look at you, you're built like a... Next year, you're going to be left in the dust, man. I'll get one of those shirts that says old and in front of you on my back. So,
I'm going to bet on Brian.
I appreciate all that you do, and I don't think, at least in this, I'm going to put my water down. I'll put it over here. Please don't drink it there, Pastor. I don't think that you get enough thank yous in this community. Most of you have this entrepreneurial spirit. You're businessmen and business ladies and successful, and we live in a time that is, I think we have a counterproductive mentality that sometimes you entrepreneurs, you business people, you successful people are painted with a negative brush, a negative light. I was watching Disney Channel yesterday. Let me put, hey, camera. My daughter was watching Disney Channel the other day, and I was watching it with her. Generally, we try to screen what she watches. You think Disney Channel is the safe channel to watch. For the most part, it is. But I was surprised at how business people were portrayed. You guys are greedy. All you care about is money. You don't care about people. And if you watch, you're the bad guys on TV. You're unfair. And you hear that in, unfortunately, political speech, that you need to pay your what? Fair share, absolutely. You already pay like all the taxes, but we want you to pay your fair share. You're presented in a very negative light. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was actually saying something very nice about a businesswoman. All right, but he did it, and what was implied there caught me off guard. And you've heard this term. You've heard it 1,000 times. This businesswoman gave a sizable donation to a charity, very sizable. And this is what he said. He said she was giving back to society. I said, what in the world is that? Giving back to society. Here's my question. Here's a thought for you to ponder tonight. Why is it that business people or successful people or rich people are only giving back to society when they give to a charity group? Hey, I work for charity groups. Don't get me wrong. I want you to give. I'm running this marathon here coming up, and just to get ready to beat you at the next race, and I'm gonna run 26 miles, and I'm doing it for charity. I'm gonna come to each and every one of you and say, please give, so that the people in the counties that I work in can get some food. I like charity, but why is it that successful people are only giving back to society when they're giving away their money? Giving back to society. When you create a service, when you create a product, when you pour your heart and life into your business and offer it up for people to tear down, if you will, for people to vote with their dollar, aren't you giving to society? I like my phone. Somebody somewhere smarter than me thought this thing up. They hired a bunch of people and they paid millions of dollars to develop this system. They hired a bunch of companies all over the world to make this thing possible. And they gave it to us. And I, in return, gave them some money. I voted. That's how free market works, by the way. Nobody takes your money. You give it in exchange for a product, for a service. Are you not giving into society when you hire an employee? When you pay their salaries, when they, because of the work they do and they earn their money, are able to put food on their tables, put braces on their kids' faces, pay their rhymes, send their kids to college. Are you not giving to society there? You are. So simply, quite frankly, thank you. Thank you for your sweat. Thank you for the blood that you have shed. Thank you for your tears. Thank you for your failures. Thank you for your success. Because whether or not this community majority feels this way, you are the engine that makes this thing go. You are. You have a friend in local government. I hope you know this. We work tirelessly behind the scenes, and in the last couple of years, a lot of progress has been made. I'm telling you right now, it is my hope that we create an environment. We don't do business, you do business. I want to create an environment. I want to see an environment that is healthy for you to prosper, for you to be successful. Because when you succeed, we all succeed. Thank you very much.